bring in the head coach of the Guthrie Blue Jays, Kelly Beeby, and let's go downstairs with Phil Nichols.
Guys, I'm here with head football coach Kelly Beeby. Coach, great way to start the season. Obviously, I think, we were just talking, I think it's the best performance we've seen in the last couple of years. Of course, talked about that McGinnis game last year. Great ball game. We came out on the wrong end on that, but we played exceptionally well against the future state championship team. Just walk us through the game. Kind of what do you take away from this?
First of all, I appreciate you guys coming out and covering us. You do an outstanding job for our kids and our community. I talked to our boys right over here by the stands before we went out, and I said, guys, the first game, it typically comes down to penalties, turnovers, the kicking game, and conditioning. And I feel like that we won those 4 phases of the game. Obviously, the turnover game, I think Phil just said we had 5 defensive touchdowns. Came up with a goal line stand here at the end of the ball game. Penalty-wise, they had multiple penalties in the first half that took away momentum and took away positive plays for them. And in the kicking game, we tried to kick it in the end zone the first couple times, and then David was outstanding at pooch punting and forcing that fair catch, allowing us to get the ball on the 24 instead of the 40. Little things like that. I know that we gathered up 2 onside kicks. Our snaps were good. All those kind of things. Conditioning-wise, I had some defensive guys get tired, but I don't know that we didn't run maybe 90 plays of defense tonight. I haven't looked yet.
70, yeah.
We ran 70 plays of defense against an outstanding tailback. I mean, that Phillips kid's the real deal. Whether he had blocking, didn't have blocking, he was. I don't know that we tackled him more than once for a gain of less than 3 or 4. So those components, I felt like we came out and did what we needed to do. Still, obviously, not in game shape. I felt like we were in better shape than Enid at all positions except for their tailback. And so I was real pleased with that. I thought the coaches did an outstanding job of calling the game and managing it. When it's 50-13, and they're still throwing it and handing it to their stud, it gets real. And we tried to be classy at the end of the game, and then they didn't. And I've been on both sides of that. You guys know that in the last couple of years. So we were trying to be aware of that. Just proud of the coaches and the kids, the way they handled themselves and the way they played together as a team, and they played with a lot of energy and a lot of want-to.
You mentioned playing with a lot of energy and a lot of want-to, Coach. It just seemed like from the time your kids got off the bus today, the energy they had was all positive energy. Sometimes you can have energy, but it's too much and it goes in the wrong direction. But it just seemed like your kids had a belief in the game plan that was put in place, from the preparation that they had put in, and just the energy they came off with the bus was positive all night.
Well, I tell you, I was second guessing myself for 45 minutes whenever I did not have shoulder pads on when we first came out. But I thought, we're a tough team. I feel like we're a tough team. We lift weights in the summer with no air conditioning in a metal building. We run them to death. Coach Harmon, I got to brag on Coach Harmon right now. The job he did outside with Coach Rice and the conditioning part of our program this year was just outstanding. And then Coach Sanders in the weight room. But I just said, guys, listen, I just want to see you play 48 minutes as hard as you can play. And let's just see where we're at. Let's see where we're at. They're not giving away a district championship. They're not giving away district points. They're not giving away playoff spots. Let's just see where we're at. But they are giving away stepping stones to building this team for the long haul. So, that was kind of the mindset we had. We had a good week of preparation and came over here. And, guys, and we had some good things happen to us tonight. They gave us some things, and we capitalized on it. And we took advantage of it, and that's been Guthrie football. It's been a trademark of it for a long time. So just can't brag on the coaches and the kids enough.
5 defensive scores tonight. Of course, we saw 5 defensive scores last year against Piedmont, all those being interceptions. But, I thought, on top 14-0, and I thought Coach Mick dialed up a tremendous double pass, and Brody was wide. I mean, unbelievable. And I think that got everyone's attention, like, okay, this might be Guthrie's night.
I think that was one that the offensive coaches spent a lot of time thinking, that was going to be good if we got the right situation running. And, of course, it was sudden change. And that was beautiful, kind of broke it open. It was a fun night. We haven't had a lot of fun nights in that regard, as well as the opponent we're playing. to get a win like this meant a lot. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's not a Northwest Classman. It is a 6A big opponent with a Division I tailback. So very positive there. A lot of things to work on. Obviously, we'll get on film. Things are going to be as good as we thought. Things ain't going to be quite as bad as we thought. But I just want the guys to stay together as a family, as a brotherhood, as a team, be accountable to each other, and just go 1 week at a time, just go play.
Well, Coach, you got Lightning to your north, and I know it's going to be a happy ride home, so we're going to let you go.
Fellas, I do appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. Head coach Kelly Beeby on the Terra Insure Group post-game show. Blue Jays win it by a final score of 57-19. With that, we'll take our final timeout. Come back and wrap it up from Enid, Oklahoma. This is a Terra Insure Group post-game show.